Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the session where we're going to talk about our exciting new fellowship that we're kind of soft launching today. I'm Professor Ksenia Chmut, and I'm director of the Loughborough University's Institute of Advanced Studies. Laura is here.
Hello, I am here next to Ksenia. I'm Laura Dale, and I'm the Research Development Associate for the Institute of Advanced Studies.
At Loughborough as well.
At Loughborough.
Yeah, we don't
Yes.
just randomly sit together. Also, Charlotte and Kelly from Leicester IAS. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Charlotte. I'm the Business Administration Manager at the Leicester Institute for Advanced Studies.
Hi, I'm Kelly Moss, and I'm the Senior Research Associate here at Leicester Institute.
Super. So today, the four of us are going to tell you a little bit about the new co-fellowship that we're launching, and there will be plenty of time for questions and answers. We will kind of talk for maybe just 10-15 minutes and then open the floor to you all. Just a note, we are recording this presentation, this conversation, so that we can put it on the website later on for others. But if you wish your comment or your question not to be recorded, just please let us know and we can edit it out later on. All right, let's go. Just to remind us all, what is the purpose of the Institute of Advanced Studies? So at Leicester and at Loughborough, we are very lucky to have IASs. There are not that many across the UK. And really, the original purpose of the IAS is to provide that space for comfortable, quiet thinking, something that the academics should and could be doing more of. So we imagine ourselves and we pride ourselves on being that place where people, academics mainly, can come together and talk and discuss and be creative and kind of debate without any consequences or outcomes or measurable impacts, if you wish. And in both of the Institute of Advanced Studies at Leicester and at Loughborough, we host international research collaborations across all the fields and disciplines, and we will talk about the different initiatives that we do in our respective IASs in just next few minutes. So I'll start with Loughborough. We are a relatively new IAS. I think, in fact, we are the same age, both Leicester and Loughborough. We both were established in 2017. So here we go. We can have a 10th birthday anniversary party together, balloons and all. So we were established in 2017, so 8 years old. And over these 8 years, we have seen really the numbers of fellows engaging with us are growing rapidly. So now we have hosted over 400 fellows. So the figure there is to January 2025. We've had a really prolific year this year, which has been wonderful. And these fellows, some of them are coming to us independently, others are hosted by Loughborough colleagues. And so almost 200 Loughborough colleagues have hosted different visiting fellows from all around the world. I think we're now kind of reaching 50 countries, taking this year's count as well. Some of these collaborations lead to publications, to funding applications, many of them successful, to artistic collaborations. So we don't restrict our academics and fellows to just the normal outputs. This is the whole purpose of our IAS, is to encourage that intellectual conversation and collaboration. We have a whole number of opportunities here at Loughborough. The most popular one is Open Program. So this is an opportunity that allows Loughborough academics to bring an international fellow from anywhere in the world at any career stage to Loughborough for 1 week so that they can do research together and also engage with colleagues across the university. Residential fellowships are independent fellowships. So these are the fellowships that the fellows propose and apply to, and they can come and stay with us for a month. So this year we are hosting 15 international fellows, residential fellows, and they spend months with us working on manuscripts, working with colleagues across campus, and all of these fellowships are interdisciplinary in nature, but also spread across the discipline. So we host equal number of fellows from science and engineering to kind of humanities and social science, and that is great. We also have an initiative called Research Summit, or we now call them Research Showcase. As of yesterday, actually, that's why it hasn't really made it on the slide yet. So Research Showcase are more invitation-only initiatives. So if any of you, for Loughborough colleagues, if you have any idea for hosting an international fellow on a bigger scale, so something like summit or spotlight or a festival, please come to us and we'll talk with you about this idea. And we also host all externally funded fellows, internationally funded, such as Fulbright or Marie Curie. When they come to Loughborough, they immediately get affiliated with the IAS and then enjoy the coffee mornings, the kind of collaborative activities that we offer here. There is much more information about all of this on our website, so if you're interested, you can ask later, but also just check our website. Over to Leicester colleagues, please.
Thank you. So yeah, similarly, we were set up in 2017, and we exist to kind of fund and foster interdisciplinary research across and beyond the university. And we have three kind of core pillars of activity, so pump priming schemes, a fellowship scheme, and then an annual programme of training and development activities. And we sit kind of alongside 6 other research institutes at the university, and they have kind of a much more thematic focus. But it's definitely worth looking into them and some kind of opportunities if you've not done so already. This whole initiative was really in response to the civic mission, so about building connections with our neighbouring unis, and we really felt that the fellowship was an avenue to do that. We have the same kind of ethos and we have a similar model. So yeah, we're really excited about this. Kelly is our fellowship lead, so she's going to talk a bit about what the fellowship programme looks like at LIAS.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so in addition to funding the projects, we also have a large network of fellows. This is made up of our fellowship alumni. So this is 33 fellows from over 20 countries who have in the past been funded by IAS to come over and collaborate with academics from Leicester. We also have our associate fellows network. So this is made up of PIs from previously awarded projects here at Leicester, and then we have our Archives and Special Collections Fellowship, which we started last year, and this is to kind of encourage interdisciplinary research utilising the archives here at Leicester. So yeah, we do a number of events throughout the year to try and continue the network and encourage everyone to work together and highlight all the amazing research that everyone's doing. So one of these is our LIAS biannual virtual seminar series. So as part of this, we invite our alumni network and our fellows to come and give a seminar on kind of their current research. And then we also have our scholars spotlights where everybody can write in a short piece, and we will get those up on our website and share those. In addition to that, we also have our open access working paper series, so everyone can get published their work quite quickly. It's just a 2-week internal peer review process, so that's available to everybody doing interdisciplinary research as well. If we could change the slide, please. Thank you. Yeah, so in addition to our funding schemes and the network, we also try and run a project ourselves every year. So in the past, we've had our interdisciplinary walks. So this was 3 routes connecting different areas on campus where we interviewed some of our colleagues. We've also had our interdisciplinary A to Z. So this is academic terms with might have alternative meanings. And then last year we had our showcase, so kind of highlighting some of the amazing projects that we funded. So yeah, we've lots of different things going on to try and highlight and celebrate all the amazing research that everyone does. Next slide for Charlotte, please. Oh,
I think we might be moving over to Loughborough.
All right. So we will now talk about these fellowship that kind of Charlotte alluded to. Charlotte, do you want to take over, or shall I start?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I'm happy to. So it's really just the nuts and bolts of the fellowship. So of course we want to encourage interdisciplinary research across both institutions, and the main purpose is to foster collaborations between Loughborough and Leicester University. So fellowships can be undertaken for a maximum of 2 weeks. and there are no thematic priorities, but interdisciplinary research does need to be demonstrated in the application process. A designated host needs to be secured at least one of the two universities. And we're really happy to kind of make introductions or kind of look for collaborations prior to application if that's something that would be useful to you. So successful applications, applicants will benefit from a wide range of collaborations in both universities, accommodation, travel up to £50 a day in receipted costs for food and travel for collaborative purposes. You'll have dedicated office space. You have access to an international fellowship alumni network, and we can provide administrative support for an academic event. So in terms of kind of expected outputs, we're aware that 2 weeks isn't a huge amount of time, but what we would like to see is an academic event, and we can help put that into place. The all-important deadline is Friday, the 12th of December, and there's an email address there which applications can go into. And we're really happy to kind of pick up discussions and questions with people in the meantime if they would like to.
Yeah, super. Thanks so much. So really just kind of reemphasize, the whole point of this fellowship is for Loughborough and Leicester academics to work together, because there are so many themes that both institutions are excellent at and kind of can work together. But also we should benefit from our geographical proximity. You know, it's kind of 10 minutes by train. And there is so much more in terms of collaboration that can come if the two universities come together. So please, if you have any ideas, let us know. As Charlotte said, we can equally put you in touch with colleagues at Loughborough. We know what our colleagues are doing here. If you have any ideas but not sure how to implement them, also just drop us a line. But from now on, the floor is really open for questions and comments, and we can hopefully answer most of them, if not all. We'll attempt. So I guess we'll probably move the slides away, right, so we can see the screen. Thank you, Karen. And then we will be able to see each other. If anyone wants to ask a question, just raise your hand or put any comments in the chat. I'll give people a minute to think. So put it like in a grid kind of thingy. All right. Okay, do you have examples of types of collaboration that you would like to see in the application? So from our side, not really. It just kind of has to be an academic collaboration that would hopefully lead to something. You can choose any theme from any discipline, and as long as Leicester Academic and Loughborough Academic have a fellow, both of them want to invite. That kind of all that matters to us. In terms of events, so here at Loughborough, we expect our fellow to deliver an academic presentation, which we advertise widely. So it's kind of the intelligent lay audience, if you wish, but of course also experts in the field normally come and join. And we would provide lunch, so that provides networking opportunity. We also always invite fellows for coffee morning, so they can just get to know other people. But that's about it, So the expectations are as simple as they can get, really. Charlotte, Kelly, what about Leicester?
Yeah, I think we didn't want to be prescriptive about it. We're really open and flexible to kind of how this will work best for people. I mean, previous fellowships that we've awarded before have just covered such a range of topics, from kind of sex work to disaster relief. So we're really open about what that might look like. The event, yeah, it could be a seminar, a talk. We've had academic reading groups before. So kind of, we're really flexible and open.
Great, so kind of similar. Question from Dowon, how can we find the collaborator at Leicester University? We have a candidate for the fellowship. So there are two answers here. The first answer is that if you want to find a collaborator at Leicester, then I'm just going to volunteer Charlotte and Kelly to network. Dowon, please just drop them an email with your area of interest, and hopefully they will be able to help. Or if you're then struggling to find, there are also our initiatives like open programs, so you can just come to Loughborough then without having to have a collaborator. I think, you know, I think it's important to emphasize that we don't want to shoehorn collaborations, you know, so don't suffer trying to find somebody just so you can bring fellow. The whole point of this fellowship is for kind of Loughborough and Leicester academics to naturally evolve into a collaboration, so that can lead to something meaningful for those two academics as well as their residential fellows. So this is not something that, you know, you have to have if that collaboration doesn't come naturally. Kelly, Charlotte, anything? Is that okay? That don't
So,
work with
yeah, just completely agree. Yeah.
super. Ruchi, do you prefer interdisciplinary collaboration or collaboration within the same area? We prefer interdisciplinary collaboration, but it can be within the same area, in a sense that you may wish to explore the question, the research topic, the research question that you're focusing on from a slightly different angle, for instance, or, you know, try working with somebody who maybe uses different methodology. So in our case, we do prefer interdisciplinary, but within the disciplinary boundaries is also fine. Interdisciplinary doesn't mean that you, if you're an engineer, you have to work with us. It's okay to work within engineering with maybe a different type of engineering, different scientists. Kelly, Charlotte?
Yeah, I think some themes are just inherently interdisciplinary anyway, so they kind of lend themselves to that perspective and lens. I mean, sometimes we talk about interdisciplinarity in terms of near neighbours and distant cousins. So some things are kind of really unusual collaborations, and other times they're less so. But it's all interdisciplinary. So
Free for all is great. Visa letters, yes. So if the fellow is appointed, we do help them with all the kind of admin process in terms of invitation letters from the university. As Charlotte mentioned earlier when she was introducing the fellowship, the host will need to decide who is the kind of the main host, if you wish, the host academic. And they can be either at Leicester or at Loughborough, it doesn't matter. And so whichever institution is then the host, they will help with the admin procedure for that person, because they will just kind of administratively, they will be affiliated with that institution. But that is a matter of paperwork. The support will be provided. So don't worry about that. Is it possible for two research groups at both universities to link up, or should it be to lead the academic? It'll be great if two research groups can link up. It'll be fantastic. You know, that's our ultimate dream. You would still only be allowed to bring one fellow, but of course, if the research groups can get together and then just propose one lead, you know, as a kind of nominal lead from each institution to bring that one fellow, and then both research groups work together, that would be absolutely amazing, in my opinion. The more the merrier. For the joint fellowships, what information do we need to prepare for the application? How many fellowships will be funded at this round? Is just 2 weeks time in total? Okay, one at a time. So all the information that you need, Yuan, is on the application. The application is very straightforward. It is available on both IAS's websites, and we can also, we'll drop the link in the end of the seminar. So, it's a very short application. It's not UKRI. Let me just put it that way. We will see how many fellowships will be funded. This is a trial run, if you wish. This is kind of a pilot. We're doing this for the first time. We have a certain budget allocation, and it very much depends on where the fellows are coming from. You know, if we have to fly them all the way from New Zealand, I don't know. For example, I'm just giving an example. It might be that we only fund 1 or 2. If they're from neighboring countries, it might be 6 or 7, right? So we don't have an answer yet. But we will be judging on merit, not on the distance and the price of the ticket. You know, that is kind of irrelevant. We work the budgets later. And yes, in terms of the duration, the fellow would be with us for 2 weeks in total. Most probably, we would expect them to spend a week at Loughborough, a week at Leicester, but it might be that they're kind of based, say, for 10 days in one institution, but just because it makes sense for the activities to happen at that institution because of, for example, lab facilities, right, that Loughborough Leicester doesn't have, or like certain access to something, to certain space that one or the other institution doesn't have. I think. Have I missed anything? No, I think we're doing all right. Does the fellow need to be external? Yes, absolutely. So the fellow has to be external. So the academics who are proposing the fellow have to be one from Loughborough, one from Leicester, so 2 in total. And the fellow has to be international or national, I think, right? But external, yeah. So as long as they're external, I mean, if they're from Nottingham, then we can probably get 20 cheap train tickets. But no, that's very flippant. But it doesn't really matter where they come from. We generally at Loughborough only host international fellows, but I know that Leicester is different in their approach. So. What other questions do you have for us? And I think Kieran just dropped the link for the actual application form, for the the page with application form, so you can see it. It is pretty straightforward.
If I just add to the last question, sorry. So the fellow needs to be external, but the host is obviously based at Loughborough Leicester, and they're very welcome to spend time, I think, correct me if I'm speaking out of turn, at the other university as well, and to build collaboration. So you can kind of make the partnership there as well.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. In terms of funding, so we will cover their return travel. We will cover their accommodation. So again, there are all sorts of things in place. But for example, at Loughborough, we have a house, we have a flat. We also have hotel accommodation. So it kind of depends on the needs of the fellow where we put them. And the same in Leicester. So the accommodation is less of a problem, and that will all be covered for you. The £50 that the fellow gets is really subsistence. So instead of boring you all with the university details of £5 for breakfast, £10 for lunch, here we go, my math has run out, £35 for dinner. We've just decided that £50 would be much easier to work out. So that is not an honorarium. We do not pay honoraria for the fellows. We would only cover their subsistence because the accommodation and the travel is covered. And we would also only cover travel for them, not their family. But if they're willing to bring their family, we will try and make sure that we can put them in an accommodation which is appropriate for the family. Can the fellow stay longer than 2 weeks for research? Yeah, so that is absolutely fine for the fellow to stay for longer than 2 weeks, but we can only cover 2 weeks of subsistence and accommodation. So the travel is kind of less relevant because normally the price is the same. So if the fellow wants to leave a month later, that's okay, as long as the ticket is kind of more or less the same price. But the hosts or whoever else would have to find the funding for the remainder that is outside of the 2 weeks of this fellowship. These are great questions. These are kind of nice intricacies that I think are obvious to us, but not spelled out anywhere else. Yeah. Any other questions? I'll give people a couple of minutes, but also, so as I said earlier on, we will put this presentation up on our website. So please spread the word. If somebody wants to attend but couldn't, just send them the link. Tell them that the presentation happened. We are very welcome to take any questions as well. Our emails are available. Just drop us a message. The deadline is 12th of December, so there's plenty of time for you to think and to find fellows. If you're looking for collaborators, please let us know, but please don't leave it to the 11th of December because we will not be able to help. Give us a couple of weeks and we will help. In the form, where can we put the name of the host from the university? Correct. So there is, sorry, we're just opening the form. Kieran, could you open the form? Yeah, it's opening.
Put both in the same box, or
Yeah, so just put both in the same box. But what we want to kind of the main for administrative purposes, we need to know the lead applicant. So that would be the host institution applicant, and then the host would be the second person who is co-hosting with them. So for example, if Charlotte and I are putting a fellow together, and Charlotte will be the main applicant, so the fellow kind of comes administratively to Leicester, then we put Charlotte's name as a lead applicant and my name as a host. Hope that makes sense. We can actually maybe just make a little note on the form as well. That's easy to do. We'll tweak that. Yeah, thanks, Yuan, for that question. All right, I think everybody's happy. Any final thoughts, questions? All right. So please just send us emails, ask us questions. We're happy to help. We are very excited about this collaborative opportunity. We hope to see many applications. We hope to see many fellows as a result of this. It'll be fun. It'll be great. We're really looking forward to working with Leicester IAS. Yeah, so hopefully see you all soon with your fellows in time. Thank you all for coming. Please spread the word and drop us an email. And thanks, Charlotte and Kelly, for organizing all of this.
Thank you.